Good morning, my beautiful people. It's another beautiful day today to wake up and go about doing your business. But as you're doing your business, I hope you're taking time to actually change your mindset about certain things. What I mean by that is that you take a pause sometimes and observe what's going on around you and change your ideologies that you had already placed and made the basis of your life. If not, you probably crash big time. So, as you must have guessed, our topic today is mindset for change. One of the major issues of business is that your mindset is set in one direction. And when your mind is set in one direction, you find yourself that when you're in other situations, you're not able to cope because your mind is already stationed to one direction. And this mostly happens when you have negativities in your mind, when your ideologies are like, how do I explain this? Maybe you're negative towards yourself. You don't actually see yourself doing well. When you do things, you begin to think that what I'm doing, is it actually coming out in the best result? Is it giving me the best result? Or am I actually doing these things right? Or am I even good at these? And all those things, all those thoughts, all these negative thoughts that you keep on wrestling with as a person, as a human being. It is actually usual for you to wrestle with negative thoughts. It like comes up for everybody, but you need to tone that voice down and keep it down so that you wouldn't listen to it, and then you would push forward and go through. And for you to be able to change your mindset, you have to do these few things. And the first thing that you have to do is that you have to agree with yourself that you need to change your mindset. So you're already like I was saying, you think in one direction. That's one of it. And you also have negative thoughts. That's another. And then you are moved, you're directed, or you're motivated by what people say outside. That's another. And then you're also gingered, let me use that word, by the results that you receive. Those are mindsets that actually do need to change. You need to change your mindset about your results being the essence of what you're doing. No. Yes, I know that you would want to see the result at the end of it and you want the results to be very good, but you have to be cautious that when you're doing that, you don't focus solely on the result, so that when you see just little result, you wouldn't be discouraged and then you just take a step back and relax. No, doing right or you're doing wrong. You critique yourself at some point. I know maybe you think, what I'm doing, is it right? What I'm doing, is it wrong? And all those things. So be cautious about that. And then remember this passage. When you're criticizing yourself, remember this passage in Psalm 34, and it says that I sought the Lord and he answered me and he delivered me from all my fears. So when you are critiquing yourself, you are scared, you can't do this well, you can't deliver this thing well, think about this verse. And when you think about this verse, I promise you it is very encouraging and it will keep you firm and strong even in the faith. And then the next thing is that you have to remind yourself of the reasons that you should move forward. Like I said, when you see the result, even if it is as tiny, even if you don't even notice a result of what you're doing, it doesn't matter if it is you're doing an office work or you're doing handwork or manual, whatever it is that you're doing, keep it at the back of your mind that I am doing this for a purpose. I'm doing this for a reason. It doesn't matter if the result you're seeing is very small at the end of the day. No. keep on pushing forward. Keep on pushing. Do not be discouraged by the little things that come across your way. Discouragement, distractions, obstacles, all these things will come your way. In fact, from the closest people that you can think of, you want to do something and then people around you will just say, Kai, this thing that you want to do, I don't think it will work out, and all those things. Don't allow yourself to be discouraged by that. Push through, push forward, and I bet you will see a very awesome result at the end of the day. And then the next thing is that you to understand that your willpower is just not enough. So you have to start with tiny steps. Okay. Change your mindset. You want to change your mindset. You want to do something, and then you just expect that one day everything is going to work out well. No, you have to start little. You should not focus your mind on big moves. No, start little. Take the tiniest step. Take one step at a time. If you want to sew, start taking classes. Even if you don't have the money for classes, pay attention to what people are doing around you that is related to what you want to do. So as I said, if you want to be a tailor, you begin to pay attention to the styles that people are making and try in your best, the smallest knowledge you have, to start imagining how to cut this material, how to put it together, how to give a brilliant result at the end of the day. Or if you want to be a caterer, you could start with tiny steps. You do little breakfast at home with flour and all those things. You take tiny steps towards your goal. Your willpower is always not just enough. What you wish to do is always not just enough. You have to take steps. And then the next thing is, you will fail. See, a lot of people actually fail in their first trial, so don't let that to be your stopping point. The famous Bob and all those things, you know that the person who made them, or who produced them the first time, or discovered them the first time, he failed on a number of times. Like at intervals he failed, but that didn't pull him down. Instead, it should be your driving force. It should give you more morale. Okay, so I failed this. No, I have to cross this. Let me see. So you have a math exams, for instance, and then you fail it, and the next time you want to make deliberate efforts to pass that. That is the attitude you should get into your business. That is the attitude you should get into all your activities. Do not focus just on your results. So if you focus just on your results, you know that when you fail, you will want to stop and not do what is right for you to do. Well, there's another thing. As you're doing this, just remember this passage also. As I gave you, the first one I gave you was that you should seek the Lord and He will deliver you from all your fears, so that you wouldn't always criticize yourself to an extreme, to the point that you don't succeed. But no, then Proverbs 4:23 actually says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows out of it. So if you're guarding your heart, then you will succeed. See, the whole thing about changing your mindset, or a mindset for change, is that you keep yourself available, you open your mind available to the will of God in your life. That's one. To the possibility of things not working out exactly the way you want it to. That's two. To also the possibility of people not seeing what you are seeing at the same time that you're seeing it. I tell you, if you focus your mind on God, if you keep your heart clean and all those things, you'll be able to achieve. See, just keep your mind open to to be able to accomplish your goals. You have to keep your mind open. You have to be up and about in making sure that your mindset is clean and pure and ready to be built upon. So at this very point, I would actually like you to take this time out and watch this motivational video, and then when we come back, we'll continue talking about changing our mindset.
My name Dixon David Amber. I started this work this year just to meet up life. So you can see we are working on these tires now. We don't have a particular customer. It's a roadside work. So that's how we normally do to see how we meet up with life. Damn you. So you can see that's how we're doing it. Huh? My customer, they are keke people and then taxi drivers, and then at times I do have work from this can stand. Usually they are my customer. What motivated me to start up this work? I'm a family man. I will not like my kids to stay hungry, so I have to stand for this instead of waiting for white-collar job. Yes, I have to be doing this. This I don't pay for here staying. I did it on my own. I have to require this place from the car stand people here. They offer me the place. So since they am be working this. This is my apprentice. That's the only man we are trying to meet up together with him. And you tie the machine. The most difficult is to press the tires. That's after you remove the pressure. And this is what I used, Vase. I have to put strength on it to press the tire for me to bring it out. The challenges I'm having here, like now that it's during rain season, so if there is work I cannot work, I have to wait for the rain to stop before working. My advice to the young man outside, they have to look up to this I'm doing. I'm not ashamed of this work, it's paying me. So a day I didn't like 1,500 or so, and it's satisfying me. I think it's okay. Yambu,
Welcome back. And we've been talking about mindset, but before that, this video that we just watched, I'm pretty sure that a number of us were actually captivated by this man. Like, he's determined. He actually started this business, he said, a year ago, something of that nature. Oh no, yes, something of that nature. But he's determined. He knows that he needs to cater for his family, so he keeps on keeping on, even though when at some point it's hard for him. Like, the work is manual labor, and you know manual labor requires energy and all those things, but no, he keeps pushing forward. So back to the topic of mindset, keep pushing forward. The whole thing about mindset is that your mindset is the cage that keeps you. If you keep your mindset in a box, then you would always be in a box. Whatever you're thinking is what you'll be. So when you think great, think awesome, think outside the box. Don't keep yourself inside the box. If you keep yourself inside the box, you'll probably end up living a mediocre life, like just there. So I want to tell you that your mind has to change for you to take a step. That's one. Another thing is that if anybody is fighting you, then the person is fighting their mindset. If somebody is fighting you, it is about his own mindset, not yours. So if somebody is fighting your progress, or is fighting your own ideas that you want to progress about, is because his own mindset is limited. His own ideas are limited to his mindset. So be cautious that you do not allow this kind of people to be a stopping point for you. They are a hurdle that you should cross over. Don't forget to cross over them. And then you have power for your dimension. What I mean is, you are your direction. What you think is your direction. And then, whatever happens, you keep telling yourself that you can do it. And if you refuse to be used to do it, then somebody else will do it. See, yes, I know that at some point you begin to think that you're the only one that has an idea and you're the only one that can deliver it. If you think that you're the only one that can deliver it, then go ahead and do it. Don't just sit back and do nothing. Again, as I said before we went on that break, your mind is whatever you think in your heart, whatever you think in your mind is what flows out of your body. So, think good thoughts. Think good things about yourself so that whatever you have in mind, you'll be able to accomplish it. If not, my dear brother and sister, you would crash big time. And it says also, talking about what people are thinking. What people are thinking will not kill you. It wouldn't kill you. It's what you think about. It's what you think of yourself. Like I said, talking about negative thoughts, you think you belittle yourself, you think you're not worth it, you think you can't do it, you think that your result is not the right thing, whatever you're doing is not going as what you're foreseeing, then you would fail. And then if you want to change your mindset, be mindful that other people are not thinking the same way as you. Your mindset is not the same as the next person. Your mindset is probably not even the same as your spouse. It's probably not the same as your father and your mother. Probably similar, but not the same. So think, when you work on your mindset, you think on the other people around you as well, so that when you do things, their own ideas or ideologies will not be a hindrance to your progress or your success. And then if you don't see it in your head, if you don't envision it, if you don't picture it, you can't be it. So that's another basic of changing your mindset. You have to envision you doing it. You have to see the end result of whatever you are planning to do. You have to picture it well. And that's the only way that you can do that. And so, as a form of conclusion, I like to read this for you. I just wrote this down. It says, as Christians, we are encouraged to do our best. It doesn't have to be Christians. As anybody you are, you're encouraged to do your best and live in the confidence that all things work together for you who love God. Now, this is where we're getting back to Christians. You love God and you are called according to his purpose. So all things will work together. So what I'm saying in a nutshell is that as you're trying to work on your mindset socially, please focus also on the spiritual angle of your mindset. Your mindset should be based on Christ also. And when it is based on Christ, I promise you that the end result is going to be perfect. Perfect, maybe not in the sense of we humans are in the present sense, but you would enjoy life better. And so this brings us to a wrap, to a close on our program today. I hope that you did enjoy this episode, and I do enjoin you to join us again next time on this beautiful program, The Morning Drive. Have a good day ahead of you.